You have a child who's been labeled as learning disabled, or you have a child you suspect is learning disabled. Well, what does that really mean? Does that mean that they can't do it? That they aren't able to learn? Well, we all know that's not true. They can learn. Well, there's kind of two categories of approaches to that child that has a learning disability. It really means that they struggle to learn a topic or subject matter in the traditional way that we teach it. So you might say, well, let's teach it differently. Let's work around their weakness. Let's just provide them the accommodations they need to be able to do it. So for example, you have the child who has dyslexia. We're just going to have everything read to them, provide them books on tape so they don't have to actually read written words. Well, that's kind of like giving the child the tee at the baseball game. Let's think about it. If you have a child who can't hit the ball, they can catch and they can throw, but they can't hit. You might call them learning disabled or baseball disabled. I don't know what you want to call it, but you might say, well, let's just give them the tee. So when they're up to bat, they can hit the ball. But think about it. Have you ever been to a baseball game where if the child who can't hit, they bring out the tee? Well, that's the mentality that we have when we give a child accommodations. We say, well, you can't do it, so let's give you the tee so that you can hit the ball. Well, what really we need to do is understand why they can't do it. Peel back the onion. Understand what is it that's contributing to, what's the root cause of that learning disability, and train it. Build it. Create it. Don't think that they can't do it. Now, will it cure dyslexia or cure dyscalculia or cure? That's a pretty strong word. But can you get to the point where you don't need the accommodation? You may not be the best hitting player on the team, but you may be able to get up to bat and get a hit more often than not.